been a long time, but I'm excited to be back and I have some exciting news. Hello my love, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are feeling amazing and doing well. I know it's been way too long since I uploaded a video, but I have been busy. Before I move on, my dog is having his lunch, so you may hear him munching away, but I refuse to delay this video any further, so we're just going to ignore him for now until he's done. But anyway, I have been very busy with things, which is why I wanted to do this get ready with me life update video so you guys can, see what I've been up to. I published a book. This is my baby. Oh my god, I can't believe that this is my life. I really can't believe this is my life. So this is my first book. This is my debut book, Dear Self. It is a collection of gentle reminders and loving affirmations centered around self-love, self-acceptance, growth, and healing. And I could not be happier with this publication. It feels so extremely surreal. These are my words. These are my words. All of them. And I self-published this. I did all of this by myself. So I'm going to be talking with you guys about this book, what it means to me, how I published it. Maybe I'll give a few details and I might do a separate video for that. But I really just kind of want to give you some insight as to what this book means to me, why I decided to move forward with it, what it took for me to push forward and get this book published, and how I feel now that it's out in the world for everyone to read and experience and hopefully really, really enjoy. For those who aren't familiar with me, I've been advocating for self-love and self-healing and self-acceptance for over the past 3 years, and I have been sharing my own personal self-love journey and healing journey on social media, and truly being very, very, very vulnerable throughout my process of healing and accepting myself for, all that I am. And I found that as I started to express everything that I was going through in my own journey, a lot of people resonated with it. So that pushed me to continue sharing more and more and more. And it's just been such a beautiful journey. I've been able to create community, and I'm using this as my primer. I've been able to create community and really just blossom into myself. And I've been able to share that with the world, to hold myself accountable, one, and to show people that they are not alone in their own journeys and what they're feeling, what they're going through. So that's been the past 3 years. I've really been focused on that, just advocating for self-love. I'm also an intuitive healer, so I have been doing healing circles and just providing my community with a lot of knowledge surrounding the power within themselves to heal themselves and to come back home to themselves, to feel at home within their bodies, to feel connected to themselves and all of that. And I'm also a writer and a poet. So I've been writing since I was 12 years old. It's always been sort of just something that I really enjoyed doing to sort of help me navigate the experiences that I went through as a child, and just the experiences presently that I'm going through. And it's helped me sort of heal a lot of my trauma and yeah, just really understand all the things that I've been through and help me process it and navigate it. I'm gonna use this foundation. Yeah, you guys already know this is the only foundation I really use. But first I need to wet my beauty blender. Be right back. Started to just share my poetry on a blog that I started right out of college. So around like 2013, I'm sorry, not right out of college, right out of high school. So around 2013, 2014 is when I really started to share my poetry and share just sort of like my journal entries and things like that on a blog, so on social media. And I had a nice little following, you know, nothing crazy, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed sharing my work. I really enjoyed expressing myself in that way. And like I said, I found that it really resonated with people. So that pushed me even further to share more and to just lean more into that creative writing that I enjoyed for myself. So I was writing poetry on my blog from 2013 to pretty much like now. But what I'm getting at is in 2019, I decided to share my poetry for the first time at an open mic in the DMV area called Pure Poetry. And I shared a very vulnerable piece. Most of my pieces are extremely vulnerable because again, I use my writing as a healing tool for myself and for others. So I shared a very vulnerable piece about just my childhood experiences and the relationship that I had with my mother, and me coming to understand her healing and trauma and mental well-being, and just kind of expressing how aware of it I was as a child, and how now as an adult I can still see her hurt and her pain, and I just want her healing more than ever. So that's kind of what the piece was surrounding, and I shared it at the open mic. I cried the entire time I performed this piece and people really connected to it. People really connected to the piece, and it was just so extremely beautiful for many reasons. For me, it was beautiful because it was definitely a release. Like, I healed on that stage. It wasn't just about me performing spoken word for an audience and to get, you know, claps and snaps and recognition and all of that. It was really about me releasing this part of myself and releasing it not only for myself, but for my family, and most importantly for my mom. So a lot of healing took place that day. And the fact that it was well received and it allowed other people to heal just kind of rooted me deeper into this calling of being a writer and sharing my story. And yeah, so I feel like I've been blending this for like ever. So where was I? Oh yeah, the piece. So after that, after just seeing the response I got and how I felt after, I decided to stand fully in this calling of being a writer. And mind you, that was August 2019 when I performed that piece. So after that, I started to share more of my words on social media and things like that, and really started to claim this title as a writer, which was extremely hard for me. because, like many of us, I suffer from or have imposter syndrome, and it can really cripple you when it comes to following your dreams and your passions and all of that. But I pushed forward. My spirit really just called me to accept that this was going to be my life, that this was my calling, that I was meant to do this, that I belonged in this space. And eventually I stopped fighting it and I just accepted it. And I always knew I wanted to write a book, but I thought it would be something that I would do like way down the line, like when I'm 30 or something like that, way down the line. I just didn't think it was tangible yet. I thought I needed a bit more experience just with life and everything. So fast forward to December 2019, I woke up out of my sleep with the title of the book and the first like few pages of the book. Like I literally woke up out of my sleep and it was just like a stream of thought that would not stop. So I pulled out my notes and I just started typing. And I started typing whatever came to my mind and whatever I felt. And in that moment, it just felt right. Like I just knew that I needed to see this one through, that I needed to push forward and create this book. Not only to have something within my portfolio, so to speak, but I needed to do it for myself. I needed to prove to myself that I belonged in this space, and I really just needed it for my own healing, because at the time I wasn't really in a good space. I was, but I wasn't. From the outside looking in, you would have definitely thought I was fine, but there was definitely stuff that I was hiding that I wasn't ready to face. And this book was my way of facing it, essentially, of really accepting the parts of myself and my journey that I've been so afraid to accept, and healing through it and growing through it and accepting that it is my journey. This is a part of my story, and that's okay. So that's what the book really meant for me and to me, or that's what that moment really meant for me and to me, to say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to see this through. I'm going to create this book, and I'm going to dedicate my time and energy to it. And that's what I did. That's what I did all 2020. I created this book. I focused on myself. I focused on my healing. And here we are. Here we are now as a published author. I've quit my job. If you are new to my channel and you don't really know about what's been going on in my life, definitely check out the past few videos that I posted, because it'll give you a bit more insight. But I quit my job September 2020, and that's right around the time when I really sort of finalized the book and began doing final edits for it. So right around September, I quit my job, and that experience of quitting my job was extremely spiritual driven. Again, you gotta watch the video on that to get a better understanding of what that looked like for me. But I just feel very, very spirit-led in everything that I did in 2020. It was a year of me really following my intuition, listening to my spirit guides, and standing fully in my power. And it shows. And I say that extremely humbly, because, humbly, is that a word? Because it has taken a lot for me to get to this place. So This is proof that when you really follow your intuition and you really just focus on yourself and your healing, and you have a good heart, kind heart, and you do good by people, and you just follow your heart, good things will come. So yeah, I quit my job in September. That's when I started to do the final edits for this book. That's when I really started to, I don't know, start to question everything. I mean, that's typically what happens, you know, when you are about to share a project that you've been working so hard on with the world. You can, you know, start to question it, get nervous, all that good stuff. So of course that's what happened, and luckily I had so much support and love surrounding me, and so much who believed in what I was doing and saw my potential and reminded me of my potential and didn't let me give up. So I'm so very grateful for my community, for my family, for pushing me and just rooting me in my why, of why I felt so called to create this book, why I do everything that I do, and how life-changing it's going to be, not only for me, but for, you know, whoever it reaches. So yeah, I pushed through, I did it, and I'm so freaking proud. And I did it all by myself, and it was a super rocky journey, like extremely rocky. I learned so much. I failed several times. I, you know, just wasn't super knowledgeable on how to go about self-publishing. So even now there are things that I'm learning, excuse me, and curveballs are constantly being thrown my way, but it's a part of the journey. I'm very grateful and appreciative of every lesson that comes my way, of every obstacle that comes my way, because there is a lesson within every obstacle. So extremely grateful. I will definitely make a separate video on the self-publishing process that I went through. So if you have any questions surrounding that, definitely leave them below so I can make sure I touch base on just about like everything that process entailed for me, and the mistakes that I made, the errors that I made, to help anyone who might be thinking about publishing their own book or is already in the process and, you know, just curious about what to look forward to next. So yeah, that has been my life. The book went live on the 19th, so it's only been a few days, and the support that I've already received has been out of this world. So I'm so very grateful for the amount of love and support that everyone has been giving me and showing me, and it's really been a beautiful few days. Absolutely beautiful few days, and I'm extremely excited for what is to come, because this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. There's so much more to come of this journey, and I really look forward to everything. I look forward to growing together with this community. I look forward to seeing how this book completely transforms and changes the lives of whomever it comes into contact with. And I'm just extremely proud of myself. I'm extremely proud of myself, and I'm standing in my joy without apology, and I am allowing myself to just really be present with where I am in life, because this is a vision that I've had for myself for a long time, for a really long time, and I don't want to take it for granted. And I don't know why this is starting to feel very somber. I'm extremely happy. I'm extremely happy. I don't want this to feel like very somber, like, ooh, I don't want to read this book. No, this book is super transformative. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm not just saying that because I wrote it, but the amount of healing that is going to take place, and that's going to be the outcome of this book being released to the world, is it's going to be so fulfilling. So fulfilling. So fulfilling. So that's mainly what I wanted to tell you guys, what I wanted to update you on. I'm a published author now, which is freaking crazy to say, but I'm claiming that title, and I am very excited for you to order this book and for you to heal and grow through whatever it is that you are going through, and for you to feel more at home with yourself after you read this book, and for you to fall in love with yourself all over again. Or if you feel like you're not in love with yourself, this is the book for you. This book will definitely make you fall madly and deeply in love with yourself. I pray that it makes you feel good to be you, because you are amazing, you are enough, you are abundant, you are radiant, you are beautiful, you are all of these things. And you know, we often forget of our beauty, of our radiance, of our light and our love, because society constantly pushes things down our throat that tells us that we are not these things. So it's extremely important to remind ourselves through our words and affirmations that we are all of these things. We are. Doing a red lip makes me so nervous. So I don't really remember where I stopped talking, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting me, for loving me through my own healing journey, for seeing me, for accepting me, and yeah, journeying alongside me, because life is hard, and especially now with everything that is going on, it can be extremely daunting. It can be extremely difficult to navigate through everything that's going on in the world now, navigate through our healing and our trauma, and still find time to love ourselves and our loved ones and show up as a kind human being. So I know how you feel, which is why I created this book, so that we can find some peace of mind, so that we can truly come back to loving ourselves. Because when we love ourselves, that love and that joy and that happiness that we have within ourselves expresses outwardly, and hopefully that energy can balance out all the negative energy that is surrounding this world, and healing, true healing can really come from that. I believe that. I really do. I really do. Go get your copy of my debut book, Dear Self. It is on Amazon currently. I'm going to leave a link below, obviously. Get your copy and be sure to follow me on Instagram so we can journey through this book together, so I can see how you're feeling about it, how it is blossoming in your heart, and how you're enjoying it. Also, this is the finished look. Get the little hair slick back, you know. So I'm wearing this cute little top from Princess Polly. I love the sleeves. They're so freaking pretty. But yeah, super sexy, super cute. These cute little pants from Zara. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope and pray that you buy your copy of Dear Self. Buy one for you, buy one for a family member or a friend, because you never know whose life it might change. Thank you guys so much for your love and support, and I look forward to seeing you guys very, very soon for another video. I promise I will be more consistent. I feel like I say that every video, and I feel like I say that every video, but I promise. I've just been very busy with this book release. But yeah, and we also have 3K community members now on here, so I'm extremely excited to commune with you guys and meet all of you. So yeah, and don't forget, comment below if you have any questions about publishing, about self-publishing, for my next video, maybe the video after next, where I'll be going over what that process looked like for me. All right, love you guys. See you soon. Bye.